Hi, I'm curious. You might not know me, Tori, although I've probably commented on more than a few of your videos, because they keep getting funneled back into my feed and through my my Google Plus. Okay, so, let's dig in? Let's dig in. I think we could do that. See, very quickly, as an atheist, I'm a social conservative. A non-authoritarian minimum government social conservative. I would say libertarian, but economically, without being a socialist, I'm, let me think, the gears don't always work so good. I don't have that gift for Gavin, I don't cut scenes, so you know. I am a economic, progressive, futurist, utopianist. Well, not really utopianist, but sort of Arcadia, you'd have to look that up. But anyway, a near post-scarcity futurist. Actually, a techno-agrarian, but that's something I made up. So, you know, it means you use bio-oil and stuff and limited population to frigging, balance the land to the frigging energy use and create a usable infrastructure. So, therefore, you can delete the cycle of poverty and fix most of your social issues by creating a physical capital that using guaranteed minimum income with economic egalitarianism to replace welfare and things like that, and retirement and yada yada, to create a living wage while simultaneously having some aspect of inspiration for work incentive without creating an entitlement culture that won't be self-sustaining, if you follow all that. Anyway, so so my main pretext of being a minimum government social conservative is that race, gender, orientation issues are all misnomers. I know it's kind of laughable given the history of the past 100 years, as you could say, oh no, feminism, racism, sexism, and bigotry are not really important, But in a very real way, I'm halfway split on that, because halfway, as a social conservative, I do not care. But in the other half, I could see that, in a kind of a jargonistic sense, everyone is a citizen. So why doesn't every citizen have economic rights? In other words, have an increased social status by breaking the cycle of poverty and basically, in a capitalist society, gaining an increased social status, which will, with renewed functionality of our I got to think of the word right at the moment. Our institutions, like prisons, schools, hospitals, and the energy infrastructure, and other things like that. I can't think of the other things. Our public institutions will be working well because we will have redistributed the cost of excessive military-industrial complexes and other issues of money in politics and personal corporatehood, because I am an economic progressive, even though I'm something, not a nationalist, but something of an isolationist. So I want a tariff and America for America, and to limit, immigration, not because I don't believe in unicultural multi-ethnicism, the melting pot. I do not believe in multiculturalism, because I inherently support democracy and through a futurist technological sense, direct democracy within our representative system from the digital aspect. You know, we need a more direct representation because I feel our government has gotten away from us. And in that sense, without corporatehood and with a tariff and an energy infrastructure that will redistribute wealth naturally without these lobbies and these group politics things, group politics, activism, and identity politics, which is like a lobby in itself, we will see a renaissance of individualism that won't be strictly oligarchy by corporatehood, like the Koch brothers or something, or all these CEOs and how the rich stay rich through internationalism. And we'll see more, well, in America's case, American exceptionalism internally. You know, and not that freaking immigrants are those yucky brown people or anything like that, but I, as a social conservative, do not support frigging things like concepts like patriarchy, you know, which is gender, diversity, which is race, and inclusion, which is sexuality. There is a much larger issue to sexuality between consenting adults than this obsession with I'm going to get it right, LGBTQIAC. That is just silliness, madness. You know, the friggin' Leviathan has come to the liberal elitist, and it's using it to divide the masses from the elites. And people say I represent, when I talk like that, of a false equivalency, and I do not believe that. Because I believe that most of our issues are a not first world problem, but we're not even to the point of being a true first world. A first world would have its infrastructure intact, its society running well, although it can't be utopianist, true utopia, because that's unsustainable and unrealistic. It would quickly fall into a dystopian model in somewhere or another because of the realities, both physical and social capital, which we need a good social capital metric, of scarcity, which is just thought connected to the real world. Yeah, so there. That's it. That's why, instead of leaving some little weird exclamation point or exception, but social conservative snarky thing, I'm digging in. I'm not your natural freaking conservative. I'm not a left libertarian. I'm not a nationalist. You know, I don't know. I've tried to find out what I am, but I'm something else. I am Curious the Futurist. And I'm telling you, this stuff to do with race, gender, and orientation, although within it there are points of social justice that are important, yeah, you know what? Really, at the end of the day, from an individual's perspective, not so much. Riddle me that. All right. Thank you.